Alright, so that was sick. I completely loved seeing the entire set and how they did it. It was so cool. I stood next to what they call a production manager, where she kind of like essentially keeps people off of the set. Oh wow, that was quick. Thank you.
Oh no, is that yet?
Oh, not yet. Thank you.
On the house?
Oh wow, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I just got seafood combo soup on the house. Well, thank you very much for this restaurant, from this restaurant. But essentially, cool to watch because they shoot the same scene from several different angles, like from one person's perspective, then another's, then zoomed in, then zoomed out. It was really cool to watch. Now I'm at a restaurant and I just ordered apparently cuttlefish and crawfish and baby quail eggs. So I'm always down to try something new. All right, here we go. Here is the situation. Also, I love having this camera because people always ask me what I do, and it opens up such an interesting conversation when I say I do YouTube full time. Also, these lights in here are causing a weird bowing going on. This stinks. My battery is about to die, and my other battery is in my guitar bag. But you get to see me put on my bib. Cool. And I got gloves. Let's try a. Oh look, here's the baby thing that they were talking about. Baby cuttlefish. Pretty good actually. And crawfish. Do you see the crawfish? So I was actually wrong. This is the cuttlefish and a quail egg. So you have a quail egg and cuttlefish right there. It's only 7:15. But man, it feels like way later today. And it still says that it's going to take an hour and 20 minutes to get home, which is wild. I want to share a little thought process with you guys of what I just did at the restaurant. So first of all, food was fantastic at the restaurant. Very unique, but I love trying new food. And like, if there's an opportunity to try new food, well, I'll take it. I love trying new food. So that being said, the lady saw my camera. She was asking me all questions about my what I do and stuff, and she was very, very, very nice. Like 45-year-old woman or something like that. Really sweet. Like she took the time to show me how. I was like, hey, like I haven't had a crawfish in a really long time. I just want to make sure I'm eating right. Can you show me? And she's like, oh, let me go get gloves. Because they give you the gloves to eat them. And she showed me how to crack it. She walked me through, like very nice lady. So I was being very nice back, which I always try to be. But the point being, this is the kicker. So at the end, she was like, hey, so do you do video work also? Like, do you travel in the city for video work? Because I told her, she's like, do you live in the city? And I was like, no, I'm from Long Island. I came in for work. She's like, hey, so I do makeup design on the side. Would you, like, can I potentially hire you for some videos? I want to really, like, pump up my social media, and I was wondering if maybe I could hire you. She was like, maybe we can exchange Instagram. So I had her send me a message on Instagram, and I'm going to send her a whole bunch of links. But this is the point of the story. So, first of all, she was very nice. So, as part of that, I really wanted to bless her with the tip. But if I was just blessing her with the tip, I would not be telling you guys because that's something I would do in private. There's no need to share that. But this is my thought process. First of all, I wanted to bless her and be nice to her. Second of all, I saw this as an opportunity to potentially get a future client. My meal was $21, but what I did is I gave a $30 tip, which is a 150% tip. And then I took customer's receipt and wrote on it and said, this is because you were so nice, ! Thank you so much, Jacob. Now the point was, yes, to bless her and be a blessing, but like I said, I wouldn't be sharing that with you guys if I was doing that. I would have done that in private. But the reason I am sharing that with you guys is because I want you to hear the business mindset of it, see how you can implement this in your life. Like I said, like yesterday, I went and got Chris Geringer and his assistant Liz a bottle of wine and a bottle of tequila just to say thank you for taking the time. This lady, I gave her a 150% tip, a $30 tip, because I'm hoping that it ends up being potential work. You never know who people are connected to. You never know where it ends up. So if it ends up being a $300 gig, or even if it's $150, or a $500 gig, or $1,000, you never know. Or even if it's $150, I still made $120 based off of the tip. Actually, no. It was $20. I probably would have given a $5 tip anyway. So that means I only paid $25 extra of what I would have normally paid. So that means that, like, even if she hired me for a $150 gig, which is a relatively small gig, that's like an hour's worth of work, probably the minimum would be $300. Even if it was $150, that still means that take the $25 off, I still made $125. Essentially, like almost like I gave her a what kind of discount would that be? If $150 would be like a 20% discount. But if it's $300, then it's a less than a 10% discount. You know, and so I was trying to be forward thinking, and like I said, the only reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want you guys to kind of adopt this thinking for your business or your mindset or your career, and I want to document my process so people can learn. That's why I did it. So I was like, maybe this could potentially be a future client. Let me see if I could turn her into a potential client by being an extra blessing, being extra nice, and then maybe she'll feel more compelled to hire me. And if she doesn't, well, then she was really blessed, and I'm sure God will honor that. All right, so I got an hour and a half rough drive home. So I'll see you guys later. I was trying to film while driving, and it's quite dangerous at the moment. What a fun ride home that was. So pretty much took about an hour and a half exactly, almost. But man, I legit was just on the phone the whole time with so many different people. I called a friend. We just chatted for a couple minutes, and I called like one of my older friends, but also mentors. We chatted for a little. Then I called one of my old musicians friends that I haven't spoke to in years. Chatted for a couple minutes, and then I just called my one of my old original bosses. Spoke for like 25 minutes and caught up, and it was just a blast, man. And I loved it. I loved every second of that car ride.